Hey, Domestic Don, Josh Landers in the dungeon yet again, and let's just jump right into it while I'm drinking some Happy Belly tea that I'm waiting to cool down because I cannot have hot liquids for the next couple of days. Even though I had some coffee this morning, I let it cool down to room temperature, a little tepid, and now, like I said, I'm having my Happy Belly tea with anise and chamomile and mint and turmeric, I think is it, but I can't drink it yet. I boiled it because I'm a fucking moron. I'm a retard. I should have just put in a tea bag in room temperature water, put it in the microwave for 35 seconds, 40 seconds, and I'd be able to drink it. But no, I didn't do that because I'm used to drinking hot things, but I can't because I'm on my second round, like I said, of post periodontal work for receding gums, like a fucking 87-year-old man who's on his deathbed and shouldn't even be going to the fucking dentist anyways. But who gives a shit? He just go out with a gummy tooth smile, sucking on your wife's hanging fun bags that you remember from the 1940s being firm and perky when you came back from the war, trying to kill Hitler or Stalin, whichever side you fought for, and you just came home and those tits were nice and jugular. Not is that a thing? They were globular globes. They were fucking love tits, drip tits. I don't know, whatever they were nice. They were nice tits back then in the 40s. But now you have nothing to really hold on to in life. So you get into bed, your dick's flaccid, your mouth smells like you just ate a pound of fucking herring. And you just want to gum onto a milky tit, but all you have is your wife sitting next to you who's abhorrent, but who has dealt with you for the last 47 years. But you say, why go to the dentist? What's the point? And sometimes I think about that as a 43-year-old man. What is the point of me going to the dentist even? Why am I trying to save what my 5 listeners, if you've seen me before, is unsalvageable, is unsavable? You don't want to see me smile ever. That's why I probably grow a beard, because for some way and some weird recess of my mind, my skewed, concussed brain of years gone by, I think the reddish, grayish tint of my facial hair, for some fucking reason, I'm like a outcast of some Irish fucking Irish gnome in the Highlands with my facial. I don't know how the fuck did I get red facial hair? How is my facial hair reddish? I wouldn't say it's red. It's not like fucking Conan O'Brien Mick red, but it's a reddish hue. Amber, bronze, turmeric. Is that brown? No, it's yellow. What's another auburn? Whatever it might be, but now it's gray. When I grow it out into this fucking fuzzball of a lost possum going through the nightly world and trying to survive in the reaches of fallen communities of nature, it's graying. It's. I look horrible. That's what it is. My sallow skin, my bloodshot eyes. I'm a horrible looking creature. So what am I doing? Why am I going through? Why am I putting my body through this? But like I said, this is what I'm committed. All right, 5 listeners, I'm very, very committed to bringing you this podcast. Is it done on a weekly basis? No, but it is this week and last week. I'm doing it on a weekly basis because I care about you, but more so I care about me. I need to hear myself talk about myself in a poor, really what am I looking for? Anti-depressive? No, uber depressive way, I guess. Uber Eats depression. Where was I? Drugs. Yeah, I wish I would. I wish I was slow-eyed. I wish I was a slow-eyed opioid addict. Did I say that already? I wish I took meth. I wish I took heroin. When I get this shit done on my face, in my face, they want to give me prescriptions for drugs. I'm on amoxicillin. I don't know what that fucking does. I think I took it maybe for a couple of days last week or last time in August when I got the other side of my mouth done, and I don't take it and I'm taking it now. I've taken pills yesterday and today. I don't know what the fuck it does. I'm sure it's a bacteria killer. I know that's exactly what it does, but it doesn't do anything. So I'm taking it, but it doesn't give me any sort of high, right? So I take amoxicillin. They said, take some ibuprofen or Tylenol. I took a couple of those yesterday. I don't know if it works at all. It doesn't really do much for me. But I wish they didn't even give me a painkiller. Maybe they could see the addict in my eye. Maybe they could see the soul dying in the oversized pupils, and they just say we can't give this guy another addiction. We just can't give him another addiction. And even when I got some in the past, when I had my wisdom teeth out years ago, 8 years ago now, whatever it was, as a fucking decrepit old 35-year-old, I never took the pills. I got them. I think I paid $20 or whatever for these fucking opioids. I never took one. I should have sold them on the street for $25 a pop. I'm sure someone would have bought them. But why can't I be one of those people? Why can't I just sit and relax and just like fade away in the broken couch that we bought from someone for $500 at a yard sale or some shit, whatever the fucking stupid couch that we have it. Why can't I just sink into the suburban lifestyle, the white suburban cis male? Why can't I just sink into that? I wish I could, but no, I can't. I'll go sober for 2 or 3 weeks. Then I'll start drinking for a couple days. Then I'll go sober again for another 3 weeks. I'm the most false prophet of an addict ever. I'm the healthy drunk. That's what I am. And I don't know if I told you this last time. I'm going to start a YouTube channel that nobody will watch. I'll have like 4 subscribers because the 5th person who listens to this podcast is a fat Burger King obsessed whore, and they just like rub tartar sauce on their fucking unclipped dick at nighttime, beaten off to sister perv porn. Or what is it? Not ancestor porn? Is there Neanderthal porn yet? Can you do that? Can you fuck a Neanderthal? All right, would you fuck a Neanderthal? That's what my mouth looks like. I think a Neanderthal would be compared to me. If we had like a side by side shot of us smiling, I think people would be like the Geico guy, that fucking Geico guy. He's a lot better looking than fucking Fomorian giant with the fucking not superimposed, the fucking the large forehead is the bumpy brow. What is that called? Superimpose, super bad. What the fuck's it called? When you have a big forehead, Neanderthal forehead, whatever it is, the puffy eyes, the weird looking nose. But he smiles and he's like, hey, he's got perfect fucking teeth. They find people in like fucking Ethiopia from thousands of years ago, and these people have perfect teeth. And you have me, who was born in 1978, of the lower middle class section of white dirt road debauchery. I was born in a life of luxury compared to people who lived thousands of years ago, and my teeth are worse off. So what happened in the fucking bloodline? What happened in the lineage of fucking Jew Viking where I got this? And I have to deal with this still at 43 years of age. Why? This is why I should be a deeper addict, a better addict. This is why I should be found before I'm 50 with a needle out of my arm with a big fucking smile on my misanthropic, that's not the right word, maybe a little bit misanthropic, but my fucking Steve Buscemi want of a smile. That's what I want. That's how when I look at Hollywood people, people are, wow, he has perfect teeth. Oh, wow, look how perfect hair. I see Steve Buscemi, I'm like, fuck, is it Buscemi or Buscemi? I'm like, god damn, that guy's got fucking nice teeth. Right? I see people who are just a Jewel. I would fuck the shit out of Jewel in her big, giant watermelon cans from fucking Alaska. I would bone, she doesn't drink, but I would bone her as like a fucking Alaskan mule, moose, whatever it might be. But she's got that little crooked tooth, and she's like, hey, I never fix my teeth. I mean, you don't need to fucking fix your teeth, you cunt. Your teeth are perfect compared to mine. And now, aren't people like in Japan, because Japan does everything, don't they? I know they fucking probably get their tits enlarged, or they break their shins to be taller because they're Asian. But don't they mess up their teeth? If you're born with like perfect teeth, aren't people going to the dentist and kind of getting one to be a little more snaggletooth, a little more snarled? So maybe I'm a predecessor. Maybe I am the new fucking Neanderthal. People look at me 1,000 years from now and be like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened to that guy? I bet you he was getting laid, right? Look at those teeth. Holy shit. So maybe at some point, with my seed already been spent into 2 children, into 1 woman and 2 children now, and I don't know what their teeth are going to be. My son's teeth seem fine. My daughter is going to probably need braces at some point, but she's 8 years old and adorable no matter what. I'll love her no matter what. Is she getting braces? Yes, she's fucking getting braces. I don't care. Does she have to have this picture perfect white veneer smile? No, she doesn't. But you want function. You want functionality, and that's what I'm trying to go for at 43 years old, functionality. And that is just a microcosm of what I want in my life. Right? I just want stability, functionality. I don't want to have any sort of holes left over or regrets in my life. But I just, I want to bite into a burger that has fucking raw onions in it and not look like a person who hasn't eaten in the last 175 years. All right? I don't want to be the, ow, that hurt. Fuck, see, I got to watch what I'm doing right now, because if I open my mouth just a little wider than usual, which is not wide in general, it hurts a little bit. Yesterday was a little rough, all right? So I go to the dentist, know I have this fucking appointment, and what I do before any sort of appointment, before any sort of minor surgery or doctor visit or whatever, I think about it too much. And as an anxious person, a person who is probably riddled with anxiety and some depressive tendencies, I overthink things. So I'm thinking all night before. It's not one of those nights where I'm like, I can't fucking sleep. What's going on? I don't do that, but I wake up early in the morning with that fear of anxiety, which I do on a daily basis. I have the morning anxiety, not so much at night. It's usually a morning thing where if I'm going to get a panic attack, that's when it's going to happen. I don't even know if it's a panic attack anymore. It's just who I am. It's my fucking daily occurrence. So is it that sort of that light sort of bubble chest? Is it the sort of racing thoughts? Is it the jitters? Is it like I need a drink to stop this shit from going on? Is it the DTs? Is the fucking delirium tremens creeping in from 7-8 days sober, whatever it might be at that time, or 2 days, whatever it fucking might be, or 0 days sober, whatever's creeping. It happens usually around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I maybe go back to sleep to 6:30 or so, but it's just there. And of course, the other morning on Monday, early Monday morning, I'm waking up and like, fuck it, I'm canceling the appointment. And I do this with every single appointment I ever have. And I've had those before where I cancel them and fuck it, I'm not going. And with this Monstermouth shit, with this fucking periodontal work for my goddamn recessive gums, which I was probably born with. This is probably a hereditary thing, which my parents didn't disclose to me until I was a little bit older, or at least they didn't push me. I know I've talked about this before, but I have 5 listeners. Who gives a fuck? I know they never pushed me to say, you're getting these fucking braces when you're 16, 17 years old, like a normal goddamn child. Even earlier, they probably saw like, uh-oh, here comes a crook. Here comes a fucking crook-nosed Jew, but in his mouth. His nose is kind of Jewish, but his mouth is very fucked. And Hitler himself, fucking Gables, whatever the fuck his name was, Clark Gable. What was his name? The guy, the mad scientist of the Nazis. Was it Goebbels? Kibbles and Bits? Whatever the fuck his name was. He would look at my teeth in a concentration camp, right? He would go through all the Jews and he'd be like, pick that person's tooth. Let's get that gold tooth out. Let's burn him. Let's burn her. She's got nice tits. She can work in the office. He's got a big dick. I don't know. Maybe we'll breed him with a fucking donkey and see what happens. Whatever they were doing back then. I'm sure I would be there with with my fucking yokel goddamn grin. Looks like I'm from fucking 1930s Grapes of Wrath. I would be sitting in there like a fucking Oklahoman loser and be like, what do I want to do, boss? You want me to, I'll sweep the chimneys, fuck it. And he'd be like, nah, just kill him. Just shoot this motherfucker in the head. He would not even take my teeth. He would see my teeth and be like, just shoot him. He's got no lineage. These other Jews, we should probably just put them back. Let's just put the other Jews back. Just put them back into Poland. Put them back into fucking Paris. Put them back into even Germany. I don't give a shit. He would look at me and be like, just shoot him. If we shoot him, he's like the vampire. He's like the fucking King Dracula of Jews, right? He's Dr. Jew. Was that Dr. Jew? Well, anyway, he's a fucking Jew man. So he's the king of the king. He's the king of the Jews. He's our Lord and Savior. He's Jesus Christ. All right, so let's shoot him, and maybe like the fucking White Walkers in Game of Thrones. If you shoot the super Jew, right? If you shoot the Jew of Jews, all the other Jews will die. Is that what happened in Game of Thrones? Didn't they have like the White Walkers or the fucking Night Walkers or the Night Wanderers? The fucking the Wanderer. What were they fucking called? The Whites? The zombies? When do zombies become white? Anyway, that show got overboard like in the 7th and 8th season with the fucking White Walkers. But they had the King White Walker, Night Walker, whatever the fuck his name was. And then once they kill him, which was done way too quick in that show, but they kill this guy who's never killed him in thousands and thousands of years. He's going to rule the world. It's going to be winter is coming. The night is coming. I'm coming on fucking Arya's face. But they kill him and all of the other ones, they blow up. Ow, fuck, that hurt my stitch. All right, see, I can't make fucking noises, Josh. Come on, you fucking goddamn snaggletooth. Let me try my tea. Is it too? It's still steaming. Fucking shit. Why did I make it room temperature? Do they have a room temperature button on a fucking microwave? Anyways, it's too hot. But yeah. So once they killed me, all the other Jews, they just follow. God, what did I just fucking make that noise for? Oh, I can't make AOC horse noises now. My cheek is all fucking puffy. Oh God, I'm a wreck. But that's what happened. Where was I at? All right, so I'm in the dentist's office, right? Is that where I was? And I knew this was going to happen. So the anxiety is already creeping up. 6 in the morning, I'm going to cancel. 7 in the morning, fucking I'm going to cancel. Got to bring my son to school because he fucking failed his driving test. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I know my constituents are all like 16, 17 years old. My demographic for this podcast is getting younger and younger and younger, which is a scary thought. And my 5 listeners, even though you're all middle-aged men, I don't think a woman listens to this wreck, but all my middle-aged 5 listeners, it doesn't matter for you. But now I gotta temper myself. I gotta make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. But if you fail your driving test, right, you deserve to get flogged. All right, and I've been chauffeuring this fucking kid around for 16 years, and he failed his first test. Love you, buddy, but you gotta not fail that. You gotta pass the next one, man. You gotta pass it. So fucking get my 5 listeners, give some fucking go jerk off in a goblet. Go fuck a virgin. Whatever you have to do to give the good omen to have my son pass the driver's test, so I don't have to drive his ass to school anymore. All right? Can we do that? I would gladly let him use my truck. Gladly, just get the fuck out of here. I'll have to use it sometimes to go do my fucking domestic duties. I'll have to go to Costco and Trader Joe's and spend way too much money on a bag of pita chips, whatever it might be that I can't eat right now, anyways. But I'll use the truck. But you can use it. I don't give a shit. I'll ride my bike around. I'll go back into what the world was once. Meaning we don't need a car to get around all the time. I'll walk. I'll ride my bike to the gym. I'll do. Just get past your license, please. Send the omens out there. All you domestic dongers out there. Is that what we should call people who listen to domestic dong? Because you have to have a name, don't you? The followers of a shitty podcast. And a wildly successful one, they have to have a name. You have to have a group. You have to have a tribe. And if it's domestic dongers, domestic dongs, whatever it might be, dick dongs, captain dongs, whatever you guys want to be called. All right, put the good heebie-jeebies. No, that's not it. Get the guru. No, give the good shalala, whatever it might be. Just give vibes. Give good vibes for next week, please. But yeah, I went I didn't cancel. And I was telling her, fuck, I don't want to go. My daughter's, you have a surgery today, Dad? I had one too. La, la, la. She had a little surgery for her, not surgery, but a little thing she had to get done when she was losing her first couple of teeth. It's not so bad, Dad. I'm like, thank you, sweetie, thank you. And then when she leaves, she's like, you don't fucking know. You don't fucking know, little kid. You don't fucking know what it's like to be me. So I went. I just said, fuck it. Pull up the bootstraps. Let's go. And went to the dentist's office. And did I have a couple of barley pops beforehand? Yes, I did. All right? You can judge me on that. But instead of popping a fucking pill, instead of taking all this shit to make me more relaxed, just a couple of barley pops. I just had a couple of barley pops. I'm like, fuck it, it's the dentist. I'm not going all the way under. Who gives a shit? And it calmed me down. My blood pressure for that situation, it was still high, but for me, it was fairly normal. And then, of course, I've been monitoring my blood pressure a lot lately. Going to the gym, I'm doing it mid-exercise. I want to see what my heart rate gets up to. I want to see what the diastolic versus the systolic is. And it's like, okay, it's fairly fucking normal. It's a little high than what the people want you, what the experts agree on. What is a good positive blood pressure, a good even blood pressure, a normal BP? No, it's a little higher, all right? Maybe that's just the way I run. But it wasn't so bad. So I'm ready. I'm calm. I listened to a podcast while he's doing the dental work, and I know what the dental work's going to be because I did it in August. So I did it about 5 months ago. So I kind of already know what the recovery process is going to be. I know how long the surgery is going to take because it's the exact same shit he did on the right-hand side of my mouth that he's doing on the left-hand side of my mouth. So it's a little bit easier. It's like if you had to have ball surgery, right? And let's just say you're a eunuch. I talked about that last time. It is just sloughing up your balls. All right? That's what eunuchs are. So let's just say you're a eunuch. And for some reason, your master, the slave owner, whatever it is, he says, like, you know what? I'm going to make you a eunuch, but I'm not going to do it all at once. All right? I'll take one of your nuts, like, let's just say in September. Okay, that sounds good. So you go in September, they give you some mead, or they give you some shit to maybe not. Maybe you're a slave. You're going to be a eunuch. So they don't give you shit. They just take a rusty blade and just, let's just say they slice off your right nut. All right? For some reason, it seems like the first nut they'll take will be the right. So just like I had my right side of my mouth done with my periodontal work, now you're going to slice off your right ball. So you're like, oh, and it hurts, and you're squirting blood and semen and whatever that squishy shit is that you think is ball cancer since you're 15 years old, whatever it might be when you're jizzing into a fucking a couch potato. stuffed animal, whatever it might be, or one of your Christmas socks that your mom got you for Christmas, but it's really soft inside, so you're like beaten off, and the reindeer face is just looking at you while your dick is covered, overly covered, really sheathed, because your dick is small, but you have this sock that's like, a size, it fits like size 8 to 12, and then you just put the sock on, and you're beaten off in this nice fabricy, soft, warm Christmas sock, and you just look at the fucking Rudolph's looking down at you. You feel shame, but more than shame, you feel good, and then you just keep going, and you just keep going, and you don't know if your mom's gonna walk in. You don't have a lock on your door. You maybe try to put like a shoe underneath there, one of your old Vans or knockoff Vans that you got at Payless because your family was too poor to buy you real Vans. But they look kind of the part. They still have like the squares on there, the black and white kind of squares, slip-on shoe. But all the kids could tell you're a Payless kid. You're kind of white trash. You could already tell when you're like 12 years old, you're gonna have fucked up teeth, even though you could stick like 9 quarters between your front teeth because you had a gap there. How does that gap that was so huge you could stick your own dick between your fucking your front teeth? How did that close? And how did it become the mouth that you have now? Looking back 31 years ago, and like what happened to my face? I used to be a cute kid. Yeah, my teeth were a little bit too big. I had really big Seinfeld kind of Jew chiclets. And they were cute though. The gap was cute. Chicks liked me. I think chicks wanted to suck me off back then. Not anymore. I don't think women do that though. I don't think women do that now at all, do they? Women have changed, man. Women have changed. Even in the 31 plus years when I was an adolescent and looking at these budding tits when I was 12. So this isn't creepy. Is it creepy when you look back and you're 12 and you're talking about 12-year-old tits? I'm not talking about now, right? I'm talking about when I was 12. Rihanna, was that her name? Rihanna? No, it's a fucking rapper. Rhiannon? I don't know. There's some chick with like big giant fun bags. Big VFBs, veiny flesh bags. Like when I was 13, 14 years old, I was like, holy shit, I don't even know if they're big. By today's standards, I don't remember. But, yeah, that's what happened. What was I talking about? I don't know. So I'm at the doctor's office or dentist's office. Get it done. Oh yeah, the eunuch and the right ball. So they slough off your right ball, and then it's 5 months later. They're like, all right, we're taking the left. And I'm like, all right, no big deal, because you already know. You already know what the right ball felt like. Watching it just uncoil itself. What do balls look like? What do balls without a sack look like? I picture like a bouncy ball for some reason. Or like, when you made a bunch of rubber bands, you just put a bunch of rubber bands into a ball. You would see those at like an office or something like that. I think they even sell them like at Staples and shit. That's what I picture your balls to look like. They would just like, whoop, they just fall out and boing, boom, 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 just bounce around the floor. So you get the left one off and you're like, it's not so bad. So that's what I was thinking. It's not going to be bad. And it wasn't bad. Sat there, took an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it might be. I'm listening to a podcast while he's doing it. These are like the fucking pretentious dentists that I go to. My insurance doesn't cover all of it, but I'm like, I'm not going to a fucking some hack that my insurance does cover. I'll pay fucking out of pocket. I don't give a shit. I'll pay out of pocket for better care than going to some hack office in a strip mall next to a fucking Chipotle and in between a fucking a bodega of some kind of Hispanic heritage. I will not go to that dentist. All right, I'll go to this one, the Primo guy. I got a free pen from him that I use to write in my pretentious notebook. But it costs money. I'm doing payments, 3 months payment plan. Not bad. I'll get it done. So I did get it done. And I walk out there, that's not too bad. I'm a little numb, of course. And when I get home, I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't remember the pain being this bad. The pain wasn't as bad on the right-hand side than it was on the left-hand side. I don't know if that's a right brain, left brain thing. I don't know if it was just my left side was worse than my right side, that he had to do more work. I have no idea. But I was a little bit more in pain yesterday than I was the previous day. And not just in pain, but just like, out of it. So the Novocaine got me. Maybe it was the pre-dental work, barley pops that got me. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just I was a little under the weather to begin with. I don't know. But yesterday was a little rough, a lot of just laying around. And if anybody knows anything about me, besides my fucked up teeth, is that I'm not good at laying around, but I did. I actually just laid around, took a couple of naps, tried to eat something, tried to take as many fluids as possible, stayed away from the booze, of course, because I know that's the healing process, is not to do the booze, caffeine, smoking, which I don't have to worry about because I don't smoke. But, I just try to take it easy. And today, a little bit more upbeat, still sore, still have to eat like a toddler, which is not that bad, actually. And then no tits, though. But do toddlers still breastfeed? I think I saw a report one time there was like a 9-year-old breastfeeding. I'm like, okay, that's got to be borderline creep. That can't be good. If you're sucking on someone else's tit at 9, if you had like a midwife or a breast donor. What were they called? Milkmaid. If you had one of those fucking chicks, how great would it be to have a milkmaid? If you're living like in the fucking 1500s and you have better teeth than me, you're like living with the fucking bubonic plague. You have like pustules all over your face, or boobles, whatever they're fucking called, blue balls. You have those just pustules. Your rats are fucking eating your fucking foreskin, whatever it might be. You're just sitting there with a rat like swinging from your dick, and you're just like eating your schmegma, your dick cheese. And you're like, hey, there's Freddy. Freddy the Rat's coming to take his daily bread of dick cheese, whatever it might be. But you're just sitting there, like 8 years old, 9 years old, sucking on a milkmaid's tits. Wouldn't that be awesome? What kind of kid would not love that, male or female? Because everybody's non-binary now. Everybody loves a tit. Tits are non-binary, right? That's what I say. Tits are just like everybody's love suckle. That's what I mean. There would be nothing bad wrong with that. But yeah, so I get home, laying around, shit like that. Not so bad. Then the pain, like I said, and then I'm just thinking, I'm like, what am I doing? What the fuck? And then I get depressed, and I'm like, I can't drink. I'm not an opioid taker. I'm taking my amoxicillin. I'm like, can you just give me a high, a fucking stomachache, diarrhea? Give me something. Nothing. So I'm just laying there in pain, like ice my face for a little while. You can't tell if I'm totally swollen because my fucking stupid, shitty beard that makes me look like 20 years older. But I don't care. If you want to feel old, just have a mouth like mine. If you want to feel old, make an appointment for a periodontist. That makes you feel old. All right. If you have to get your finger stuck, a finger up your ass, that's going to be old. That's not until like 50 now, I heard. Even though I had friends, at 40 years old, you got a finger right up the ass. You got a finger up your ass at 45. 50. Last time I went to the doctor, like, unless you have problems or issues with your prostate, just 50. All right. So I got some time. I'm not looking forward towards that one. I just want to see what it feels like to get something shoved up my ass. I've been asking my wife for years. But she her elderberries and gemstones, they're a little rough. But what was I saying? Yeah, if you want to feel old, make a periodontal appointment. But if you want to feel young, this is kind of the weird contrast that I went through, that I've gone through with going to a periodontist. And I've told you, I think, my 5 listeners, I've told you about all my sort of feeling every time I go to a dentist. A doctor, a little, not as much, but a dentist. Because when I go to the doctor, they're not looking at my teeth. They might be looking at my dick and be like, but I've been laughing at my own dick for years. But my mouth makes me sad. But when the doctor's looking at my body, I'm like, okay, I'm not too ashamed of my body. I try to stay in shape. I go to the gym probably too much because I have no life. I try to eat well when I do eat. Yeah, the beer becomes a problem here and there, but I'm trying to kind of cut that out of my life a little bit and only have it when I want to. That's what I'm proud of myself for this weekend. I had some beverages, I had some beers, but I had many opportunities to have more beer, and I had plenty of opportunities to have even one, and I didn't take it. But then let bygones be bygones. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. If I want to have a beer, have one. Don't have 12. All right? Have 1 or 2. Enjoy yourself. Don't have a hangover the next morning. And that's what I did. Had some beer on Sunday after a long, long hike, which I'll get to today maybe. And then woke up fine the next morning. Had some on Martin Luther King's birthday while I was working. Or not birthday. Martin Luther King Day. Is that the day he got shot? No. What? I don't even know why it's in January. But February, was it his birthday? Maybe it is. So anyways, I had a beer just to honor him. A black lager, not really, but I had a beer. All right, I had a beer while I was grading some paper or editing some papers, and it was Martin Luther King's birthday. I wanted to get my head off fucking my snaggletooth operation the next day, and that was it. That's all I had. And then a couple of barley pops before the dentist. So fucking judge me, okay? Either praise me or judge me. All right? Put me on the chopping block or put me on the pedestal. I don't fucking care which one. It doesn't matter to me anymore. But you want to feel old going to a periodontist and knowing you have receding gum lines. And my recession is not from like diabetes. It's not from smoking, which I think causes some recession. It's not from any sort of dietary undertaking that I've done to myself. Is that the right word? No. Debauchery, whatever the fuck it might be. It's not some dietary shit that I did to myself. It's hereditary. Mine is fucking absolutely hereditary. It's passed down from Jew, Viking, Jew, whatever it might be. Right? But I don't think it's the Viking side. And I think I mentioned this before. I think it's the Jew side. I think the Jew side Jewed me. All right? I think it absolutely Jewed me into the teeth, the anti-good teeth market. But what can I do about that? What can I do? So when I go into the dentist, I just feel every single time like, oh, here we go. And I know they're laughing. They're not gonna laugh at you. I know they're fucking laughing at me. And I know the women are menstruating and saving their pig's blood, and they're gonna probably throw it into this rinse, and they just put it in the fucking little rinse thing. I don't know how their period blood turns blue and tastes like mint. But that's what it is. I know they're laughing. I know they're all like, Jesus fucking Christ, what happened to this poor kid? And I'm not a kid, but what happened to this poor guy? They're looking at me. They're, oh, no wonder he grows a beard. Oh my God, no wonder he doesn't smile. I'm trying to make jokes. This fucker doesn't smile at all. I wonder if he ever smiles. I think he's humorless. I think he has no funny bone in his body. Right? This man has never laughed with an open mouth in his entire life, because why would he? He would scare fucking Beetlejuice. He would scare fucking whatever. What are some other haunting creatures? I don't know. What am I thinking of? Jeepers Creepers. The Wingman. He would scare whatever a fucking Pumpkinhead. I got Pumpkinhead shoulders. You gotta. For reference, Google Pumpkinhead. I got all weird shit. My body's fucking weird. I'm not a bad look at my ears are fucked up. They have like fucking crinkle cut Carl's Jr. fucking ears. But I'm used to those. I don't give a shit. They're fucking ears. But the mouth is the worst. So I don't smile. And I think people maybe know, Jesus Christ, this guy doesn't smile. I'm funny as shit. I know that. But am I going to make people smile? I don't know. Well, I'm not funny as shit. I'm funny to myself. And maybe a couple of people in my past. My daughter finds me fucking hilarious. That's what's so great about kids. When you have kids, even if you're the most humdrum, stupidest person in the world with zero comedic style or ability, your children will find you funny, hopefully. But she always I make her laugh all the time. I made my son laugh. Now he just doesn't care. He's dead. He's lifeless. He's dead inside. He's like a dead fish walking around with fucking AirPods in his ears. But that's what I think about. The dental assistants, the dentists themselves are, oh God, this poor guy, man. And they're never like, oh, let's do it pro bono. That'd be fucking nice. I always hear about that. Oh, this poor fucking kid. He had fucking tumors all over his body. He had he had a micro dick. He had two assholes, and he didn't know which one was going to shit first. So he had to plug one up while the other one shat. I don't know, whatever it might be. And let's just fix him pro bono. All right, doctors and dentists throughout the world would do that. But unfortunately, I was born fucking white cis male and in a first world country, so I didn't get that privilege. All right. But I wish someone would just have the heart to be like, let's bring him on Dr. Phil, and I'll just smile at the screen for his hundreds of followers, hundreds of viewers, and be like, oh my God, we need to help this guy. I don't care if there's a fucking alcoholic who's got liver cirrhosis, or a woman who's been beaten by every husband or boyfriend she's ever had, or if someone's gotten molested by their own fucking father and grandfather and uncle all in the same fucking room in fucking Topeka, Kansas. I don't give a shit about those people. All right. If I smiled and said, Dr. Phil, Josh, would you please smile to the camera? I'll be like, yes, Dr. Phil. And I smiled. The biggest smile I can fucking get with my small mouth, my small guppy mouth, and be like, ah! You could just hear the fucking, the shrieks and the moans and the women drying their cooches just drying out. They're wet. They're watching Dr. Phil while they're getting boned doggy style by their fat husband. And all of a sudden they're watching the screen. They're smoking a cigar, and all of a sudden their coochie, their pussy, they're just dried out like the fucking Sahara. And the man just was grinding, going, and then he goes, oh, fuck, that hurt me. Ow! I got to do that very light. And he just and his dick was just grinding like against sandstone, and sandpaper. And he pulls out. He's like, ah! And there's blood everywhere, and his dick is all coarse and gravelly. That's what would happen. I wish it would be pro bono. So that's what they think about me when I'm opening my mouth. And I never know. Is that what they think? I'm sure have they seen worse cases than me? I don't know. Have they seen? I have no fucking idea. But they got me thinking. He's like, oh, open wider, and like I have this fucking chewing block, or not a chewing block, like a fucking a stent. Is that a stent or a fucking anal bead or something that they stick in my mouth so my mouth stays open? It's like a little rubber thing to bite down on, but I can't close my mouth. Because how am I supposed to open my mouth for an hour and a half? You're getting waterboarded by this fucking dentist with a face mask and a plastic visor, and he's got these little glasses on so you could see inside my fucking monster mouth a little bit more. You got the other dental assistant staring down at me. Ew. It's like a couple of aliens in that fucking Fire from the Sky movie or whatever, with the aliens where they take him and do you guys remember that? Was it Fire in the Sky? Fire in the Forest? Fire in the Range? Fire Starter? No, Fire in the Fire in the Sky. Yeah, where the guys from New Mexico, a bunch of fucking lumberjacks, go out there and then the aliens come. And one gets abducted and it shows the aliens probing him, sticking needles in his eyes and his dick, and he gets fucking like a big latex dildo or a condom like sucked over him. They're putting jelly and shit in his mouth. You guys remember that? That's what it reminds me of. Every time I go to the dentist, it's like, oh, not the jelly. I feel like a 19-year-old transient hooker who's found her first girthy man, and for $20 she has to suck him off behind a Del Taco, and but her teeth are probably better than mine. So yeah, I got it done. I guess that's all I was saying. But then I was thinking later, man, I have a mouth. I'd be the worst woman. One, I can't open my mouth. Or I guess this is the reason I thought about that. I can't open my mouth very wide. And when I try to open my mouth, it just doesn't open. It opens enough for me to eat. And I had one dentist, this fucking cunt, years ago, a male. He was like, how do you eat? I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of question is that? I'm like, how are you alive, you old twat? How do you eat? You tell your patient that? How do you eat? That's like telling someone who comes in to the doctor, how are you still alive? Do they say that to fat people? Or is it because I'm still kind of like physically fit, sort of? I look fairly okay, I guess. I'm a little fucking yellow skinned. But whatever I look like at 43 years old, I don't think I look terrible. I've got a couple, veiny fucking nose patches and, a fucking bleeding asshole every once in a while. Whatever it is, I don't think I'm the worst. I'm not like atypical. I'm not an atypical 43-year-old man. I think I'm fairly typical. Better than typical? I don't know. Typical? California's a bad gauge, all right? Because I don't know what's real or what's fake here. It's just a bad gauge, California, and especially this fucking stupid, pretentious county that I live in. You can't tell who gets work and who doesn't, right? It's so good now. It's all false. It's all false prophets, people. False entities. But yeah, what do they? If you see a fat cunt come into your doctor's office and you're a heart surgeon or something, or a cardiologist, whatever it's called, and you'd be like, I can't believe you're still alive. Do they say that? But this asshole one time, how do you eat? I'm like, well, I get by. I'm still here. I obviously eat. Yeah, do I want to eat a ham sandwich in a fucking crowded cafeteria with fucking Big Tits McGee looking at me across the table? No, I don't want to. I go eat in a corner by a trash can where nobody will see me. I turn to the corner like a dog who's getting beaten for unknown reasons. I go and eat over there. All right. I nibble on my fucking ham sandwich. The ham comes out of the bread. I'm trying to eat the pickle, bite it in half. It doesn't work because my teeth don't fucking clamp like that, like your perfect fucking teeth do. All right, you gotta think of people like that. You gotta think of people who are not like you. All right, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Suck my dick, please. That was me. That was my 13-year-old sense. That was me when I was 13 and 14 in my fucking gay 49ers jacket. Because I was a front runner, all right? I liked the 49ers when I was 13. Do you know why? Because the 49ers were winners, all right? But I got made fun of because they called them the fucking 49er queers or the queers, whatever they call them. I don't know, smear the queer, whatever. I don't know what it was. But they were good. I got to like the Chargers back then. I did that when I was older. Because I'm a front runner, like I said, right? Just like my fucking teeth is so back burner horrible that I need to go with the front running football squad. I don't like them anymore, but I did back then. So I'd be the worst woman because my mouth doesn't open wide. All right, so I'll get back to that point. Are women predisposed to have bigger mouths? I think they are. All right, is this biologically accurate? I don't think so. But for some reason in my mind, I've never met a woman with like a really small, like a small mouth small mouth bass like myself. All right, there's a big mouth bass and there's small mouth bass. If you have any sort of fisherman fishing in your background, all right, freshwater angler in your background, you know the difference between a smallmouth bass and a big mouth bass, and a smallmouth and a largemouth, and even the difference between like a fucking a sunfish, like a nice crappie, or a bluegill of some kind. It's a pain in the ass to get the hook out of those fucking things, right? You have to get the hook, treble hook, if you're trying to fish with like I used treble hooks when I was a kid more often, or the single hooks are fine too, but once you get a treble hook in a fucking bluegill's mouth, you're like, shit, this thing's got it. You rip its fucking guts out. Fuck, sorry, buddy. And you throw them in the water and they float dead and fucking white-eyed into the shallows. That's what I am. I'm a smallmouth guppy. And if I was a woman and I had the same mouth, oh my, how horrible would it? I would never give a blowjob in my life. Men would see me. I'd be a horrible woman. But when I was like 14 or 15, I was a good-looking girl. because that's what people called me. One of my best friends, my still a good friend today, which I don't talk to anymore that much or see, but he's still a good friend in my mind. He said he looked at me. He called me Sally, right? Because I had long, beautiful, glossy blonde hair, right? Brown at the roots. Golden at the end of the mane. I kept it long because I was a surfer dude. I had to travel away from the cows and the chickens and the fucking depressive, suicidal thoughts of my hometown. And I had to go an hour to get to the beach, and I did it a lot. When my brother got his license, I was like fucking at the beach all the time, driving his fucking primer Dodge Colt down there, and us wearing our wetsuits for some fucking reason to the beach and also back. What fucking idiots wears a wetsuit to the beach for 45, 50 minutes and then gets in the water in winter in an over fucking sized wetsuit that you had to borrow from somebody who's way bigger than you were back then, and then you drive back in the said wetsuit, the same fucking wetsuit. Who does? We're morons. We're fucking pathetic dweebs who had zero pussy within any sort of technical radar device that was available back then. Nothing on the GPS pussy, fucking global pussy system. Nothing at all. All right, and anybody in that car. Yet we reeked of fucking Del Taco soft tacos or beef burritos. Even the cheeseburgers are pretty good, and fucking desperation. That's all we smelled like in that Dodge Colt. But that would be the worst woman, absolutely worst woman. So I would be the scuppy, small-mouthed bass, fucking sunfish blowjob giver. People are like, oh god, I'd have a fucking micro dick Marty. That would be the only guy I can give a blowjob to on the weekends while we're sitting out at Four Corners in the fucking dusty field where we could just smell and barely hear the low calling of cows in heat. Right? That was my small town. That's where I grew up. So micro dick Marty would be the only guy I could get off. Right? I'd be like, come here, micro dick Marty. You want to touch my fucking... They don't even like my tits. My tits would be small. If I was a girl, my tits would be horrible. I'd have horrible tits. My nipples are too small, and my mouth is too small. You know, and my legs were all right. You know, when people called me Sally with my long flowing hair before I cut it off, you know, my legs were tan. I had no hair there or on my dick yet. It was I used to put lotion on my legs because they would dry out from the salt water. A budding man at the age of 14 and 15, putting fucking Jergens lotion, not on his schlong like a normal 15-year-old should, but on his legs because they were chafing, on his legs because they were dried out. Who the fuck does that? And my legs were tan and they were nice. They weren't shapely. They're thin. Nice thin legs, but a horrible mouth. Right? Maybe a man would grab my fucking my light-haired ponytail and be like, "Do you dye this?" I'd be like, "No, I don't dye a micro dick, Marty." And then Marty would be like, "Turn around." And then I'd be like, "I don't want to turn around." I'd be like, "Turn around, bitch." And he'd turn around and he'd open your mouth, and I'd open it. He said, "That's all you got?" I'm like, "That's all I got." And then you'd have Big Dick Barry come over and be like, "What the fuck?" And then micro dick, "All right, you found one finally." And then micro dick and Barry. Micro Dick Marty and Big Dick Barry were friends, right? But they're on the opposite polar ends of who they can get on the hot spectrum of females. Big Dick Barry was with Big Tit Brenda, Big Pussy Patricia, whatever it might be, and then Micro Dick Marty had me, right? Fucking guppy mouth, just sitting there being blah 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 blah. And then he's like, "You can't even get this in here. Come on, man. You can't do this. You can't do this." I'm not a girl. So that's why I'd be a horrible woman. So that was it. That was a dentist. All right. What else did we do this week? Fucking the rising cost of everything, man. The dentist, that's one thing. I expect to do that. But a travesty happened just this morning. I'm still like, in pain. My daughter's trying to talk to me. I'm like, "I can't talk that much, sweetie. I'm sorry." My son doesn't give a shit. He's like, "Oh, you had some dental work done?" I fucking told you about the fucking dental work. He doesn't give a shit. But I went to McDonald's. I'm like, I shouldn't drink coffee, but I did my usual. I'll bring my Yeti because I'm a fucking Patagonia twat like that. Let me try my tea real quick. Tepid, perfect. Fucking let it cool down too much. That's not bad. Jesus Christ. Tastes like a black licorice secretion. Not bad though. Good for the gut. I'm all about gut health. I don't give. Who cares about my shit? I care about my shit, not my fucking shitty tea. I got some coffee this morning. Brought my Yeti tumbler. I fill it up, and sometimes I put a couple of ice cubes in the Yeti tumbler because when I go to McDonald's, I'm like, $1 coffee. Fuck it, I'll get some. Perk me up a little bit. I usually get it before the gym. I don't know if caffeine totally does a lot to me. in terms of energy. I have it anyways. I think naturally. I don't have a good looking face, but I have natural energy. I know that. Even at 43, I can't sit down. I can't calm down. I'm just fucking go, 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 go. That's why I go to the gym 3 hours a day. But now with my shitty mouth, I don't. So I needed something. I needed something to hold on to. So I got $1. I got some change. I had to get gas. Right next to the gas station was a McDonald's, dropped my kid off, and then I'm like, all right, I'll get a coffee like I usually do. Go in there, and I have my $1.10, my $1.10, and then, large coffee, please. Okay, and then she's like, 206. I'm like, nah, you got that wrong. 206. Ah, you got it wrong. It's $1.09. I know this. I've been getting this shit for like the last year. 206. I'm like, I hand her the $1.10 because I think she's fucking wrong. And she's, it goes up. It went up. I'm like, what? Fucking McDonald's has gone up. Fucking McDonald's. The one mainstay in our fucking country that is just pure shit. Like the worst food. I don't even like McDonald's. I don't think I've ever liked McDonald's. Maybe I was a kid. Maybe when I was a kid I liked McDonald's, or when they had like 25-cent cheeseburgers sometimes on Sundays, whatever the fuck it used to be. I've never been a McDonald's fan. I always favored Burger King, or even fucking Jack in the Box. Never was much of a McDonald's guy. But once I found out dollar coffees, no matter what size, now it's 206. That even went up, and it's not a lot. I can afford $2.06, but not when every fucking thing is going up around it. $4.79 for gas, right? I go to Trader Joe's when I would get out of Trader Joe's for like $125 for a week of snacks, dinners, whatever. Now I'm lucky to get out of there for $165, and I walk out of Trader Joe's. I'm like, what did I buy this week for dinner? I didn't go like over the top. I bought maybe some salmon, right? I bought maybe some things to whip up a quick pasta dish or a soup of some kind. No, you can't. It's $165 just for like, I guess that's going to be gone pretty fucking soon. Go to Costco, same shit. I bought a thing of nuts the other day at Costco. I bought dog food. I don't go to Costco for this like big bulk $500 shit. I just go for like kind of staples. A twin pack of bread, these tortillas that we like, or I like, my wife like, we all like them. Dog food, like I said, and then just like maple syrup sometimes. That's usually a good deal. But now nothing's a good deal. Dog food used to be like $24.99 for this bag. Now it's $32.99. Not a huge jump, but that's $8. So with the usual shit I buy at Costco, I come out there, I'd usually buy $70-80 worth of stuff. Now it's over $100. So how are people making it? No wonder it's taking me so fucking long to get my teeth fixed. Not just because of my, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? The way I put things off. The way I kind of like I don't care for myself. The way I don't think I deserve anything. All right, my self-loathing, my self-deprecation, then thinking I don't deserve much. The idea, I don't fucking. Why do I need good teeth? Why do I need good health? Why do I need to buy a new pair of pants? Why do I need this? No, I don't need that. Why do I have to make anything good for myself? But I don't know how anybody's making it, right? I don't know how anybody is making it with the rising cost of everything. Del Taco's even gone up, I've heard. It used to have 99-cent nice half-bean burritos at even Taco Bell, the shittiest of the shitty. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Now is not a dollar menu. They have a couple of stupid eyes. Who the fuck is going to buy a tortilla with nacho cheese in it, a fucking cheesy roll-up for $1? You get it. It looks like something you could have fucking made at home with a ripped in half tortilla and a fucking cheese whiz. You might as well just fucking cook at home because that costs a lot of money. It used to be cheaper, but now I have to drink my coffee at home, which is fine too. So I'm going to have to pay, that's 27 cents a cup versus now $2.06. But it's easy just to go to McDonald's. I don't have to waste a fucking coffee filter. I don't have to go home to get it. I could just have it. And I drink my coffee. Usually it takes me all day to drink that coffee. So now a large is 206. I know I'm complaining and I'm a poor white trash cunt, but it's going south. It's going south. And not just that. Everything. All right. I talked about food, fast food, which I don't eat a lot of fast food, but just food in general. But when we went to Muir Woods on Sunday, is the microphone getting weird? We went to Muir Woods on Sunday, and my wife planned this, which is fine. This is fine. Muir Woods, I've been there before. Wildly busy, but a beautiful place. California is beautiful. I was watching this video the other day of California, and people are like, "What the fuck did Josh just say? What? This is egregious. This is not domestic Dawn that we know. It's not. I'm saying California is beautiful on film. All right. I was watching this YouTube video. I got a cough gingerly. I sneezed earlier. I thought my nutsack was going to burst because I was like worrying about my stitches falling out. So I'd rather let my nutsack burst than have these stitches blow out of my mouth. That noise right there. What the fuck did I just puff my cheeks out for? Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking moron. But California, it's pretty on film. Like I said, I was watching this YouTube traveler channel thing or something. And they were like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, that's Ukiah." And this guy was traveling. I'm in the northern coast or whatever the fuck it was. Northern California. I'm like, hey, I'm like, damn, it looks good. It looks pretty. And when I lived there, I'm like, this place sucks. I come down here, I'm like, this place blows. But then you see things on video, like, San Francisco looks like a pretty cool city, even though it's fucking riddled with human shit on the sidewalks and syringes and people you have no idea what they were born as. And you're like, I'm supposed to treat you like a normal human being, but you're trying to steal shit from my car. You just broke into my car with a crowbar, and I can't chase you down because I don't know what sex you are. And that's going to make me a bigot. But it looks pretty. I'm like, hey, look, city by the bay. And then people who come over here, I have relatives from Sweden. They're like, we love San Francisco. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I go to Sweden. I'm like, I love Sweden. So it's kind of just all perspective, isn't it? But we go to Muir Woods, and it's pretty. And my wife, like I said, planned this. She's like, oh, do you want to go? I'm like, I guess. And she's like, well, it's $15 a person. I'm like, what? So it's $15 a person. The car is like $10 to get into Muir Woods. And I don't mind paying for a carload to go to a park. And I don't really mind paying for entrance fees to parks in general. If we're going to spend the whole day there and it costs like $10 to $15 per car or $7 for parking, whatever it might be, that's fine. I'm assuming it's going to the public parks. Right, I'm assuming it's going to the National Forest Service or whatever the fuck it is. I'm hoping it's going to these institutions that we keep nature preserved and alive, because that's what Teddy Roosevelt wanted to do. That's what John Muir, the namesake of the woods that we're about to hike in, that's what he wanted to do: preserve nature, which I'm all for. I'm all for that shit. But I'm not for $10 per car. Then they fucking tag on $15 per person. Like, what the fuck? So, but the 8-year-old is free. So it's 10 and under or some shit, 12 and under, I don't know. But now we have a 16-year-old douchebag, and he costs everything. Now, we used to be in that state where, like, that state of mind, when we would go to restaurants and our son was like 13, 14, we're like, he could pass for 12, right? And we'd order him the 12. But now he's just a fucking gangly, mustachioed fucking twerp we still have to ask him every single day, did you make your lunch? Did you change your fucking boxers? Did you whack off? Whatever we have to ask him in the morning to get him ready for his day, but he doesn't look 12 anymore. There's no way can I order a kid's burger? That's not gonna fucking happen. That'll be creepy. They'll think he lives in a cage at home, which he probably should have. But it's kind of what his room is anyways. Anyways, it's not a cage, it's a dungeon. He's taking over my fucking podcast name. All right, Domestic Dawn, back in the dungeon again. His room is a dungeon, but full of fucking lost hope and sperm. That's all his room is now. Terrible, terrible place. I don't even want to go in there. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to even see what's under that bed. Every time I had to lay in his bed while he was like down here downstairs playing video games, I'm like, ugh, I don't even want. Like going into his bathroom, I'm like, I don't know what that is on the floor. I don't know what that color is on the toilet seat, and I don't even want to know what went into that tissue. I don't want to know what's in that toilet paper. Crumpled, hardened, like life itself, like the inner core of my being, just right next to the trash can, and I don't know how it's not in the trash can. Put it in the fucking toilet, all right? That's what I did. I threw my fucking shit in the toilet. So my mom would be like, all right, Josh is doing it again. Flush the toilet, Josh. Jesus Christ, how much can you fucking whack? I found your reindeer sock, you fucking loser. Yeah, your teeth, they're going to be bad, because I know, right? I birthed you. You came out of my canal, and I know who your father is too, all right? You're going to have a horrific life and worse teeth. But yeah, it's 60, whatever the fuck it was, 15, 30, 45, $55 just to go fucking hiking in pretentious Muir Woods. And the woods are beautiful. And I'm trying to keep it in clear and easy mode, right? Just like, all right, water off a duck's back, you fucking asshole. Water off a duck's back. You got mouth surgery in a couple of days. Your wife's berating you for no reason today. All right, right. Your kids are assholes. Your daughter's sweet. She's a sweet kid. All right, but she's going to turn into an asshole at some point. All right, you have to fucking constantly tell your son to get off the goddamn phone. You're watching football with him, and he's still on the phone while he's watching football. I don't understand that. And he's like, oh, do you know what this player did? You know this stat? Oh, he knows all the fucking players in the NFL, but he doesn't watch the game because I have to yell at him. And I'm barely watching the game because I'm fucking yelling. Get off your fucking phone. But I'm keeping it together, all right? Like I said, clear and easy. And I'm sitting in the back seat with my daughter. We're kind of having fun. We're talking. And then we get to Muir Woods, and I already know what it's going to be. And I'm already kind of in a bad, pissed off mood, which I'm trying not to show, but a pissed off mood that we had to pay $55 to go fucking hiking in these redwood forests, which I've seen the redwoods. And once you've lived in the redwoods and been around the redwoods for a long time, you're kind of like, there's another one. It's kind of like, if you live in fucking Tahoe, or if you live in Mexico, or if you see the Statue of Liberty every day, or the Golden Gate Bridge, or the whatever it might be, Brooklyn Bridge, you're like, all right, there it is, right? You go to London, you're like, the people who live in London, they don't fucking, there's fucking Big Ben again. Is that even in London? Whatever it might be. You get used to it, right? So I'm used to the redwood, but I still like hiking. So we go on this hike, and then I'm around where we go. Okay, there's the map, blah, blah, blah. We have to check in, all this shit. So $55 down already. I'm like, all right, it's okay. We'll get through the day. So we go hiking, and what I see is just all, like I said, Patagonia pussies. And I know I've talked about these people before, but they go to Muir Woods, and they're not fucking hiking. Right, we went on the main boardwalk trail. It's all, it's all asphalt for a little while. It's all smooth wood, a boardwalk, like I said. Here's Bridge 1, Bridge 2, okay. And it's very crowded. And there's so many people there. They're all Patagonia cunts, all Patagonia pussies, North Face nitwits, whatever you want to call them. They're all wearing masks. Like I would say, like the 80 percentile of people are wearing masks outside in the redwoods where fucking oxygen is aplenty, and you're still wearing masks. It says, I'm sure, like when you cannot distance, please wear masks. But we're hiking. We're going to distance ourselves. Oh God, just fucking spit all over the goddamn table. I can't cough with a lot of girth. Right? I can't cough with a little girth, not girth. Can't cough with a lot of emphasis. What was I gonna say? I think I just popped a stitch. No blood yet, but dude, what was I talking about? So we hike. I'm like, fuck it, let's get off this goddamn bridge trail. Let's just get up into the nitty gritty. And we do. We get up there. And of course, once you get up in the hills, get up into the woods, get some elevation, nobody's there. So people paid $55 to park, get a really shitty map, look at some trees that are on the base level floor of the forest, and they never even sniffed mud. They never even went in their $160 fucking Keens or Mirror shoe, or whatever fucking shoe you have. Probably fucking Patagonia makes a shoe now, Columbia, North Face. Do they all make hiking boots now? Whatever it might be, you're now going up nowhere near what those shoes are made for. It's just like the people who buy these fucking four-wheel drive trucks or Jeeps or fucking Hummers, or I wish I had a Hummer. I wish I can get a Hummer in my life again before I die. Maybe I have to get my teeth all fixed before I get another fucking BJ. But they're all polished. Those cars are, they've never even gone through a fucking mud puddle or a bog, whatever. We followed someone down there in like a brand new Subaru, all-wheel drive, whatever it is. And we have a 2008 shitty all-wheel drive Subaru that still makes the rounds, but and this guy just doesn't know how to fucking drive. It's a curvy road, sure, but you don't have to go fucking 15 miles an hour down the entire road to get to Muir Woods. And I saw these assholes get out of their car. We parked right next to them, and they have masks on. And I saw him and his fucking chunky ass girlfriend, which wasn't bad, but chunky ass. I think that's the new thing now. Guys go for a little bit of meat on their bones, which is not a bad thing. I'm not denying that. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. All right. No one wants skinny rail chicks. We never have, but we thought people would make fun of us if we went out with a little bit of more what's the word I'm looking for? With a beefy gal. If we went with any sort of beef, I think it's more that's a good thing about new idiot kids. They're like, I don't mind body type so much. Yeah, you kind of do, but yeah, I understand it. I understand a little bit of the beef. It's good. It's bad. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. You don't always want the hot chick either. They're good to look at, but it's like, they're cunts. Most of them. So we see these people, they're in their masks the entire time, like, God, and they have a new Subaru with fucking no scratch on it, no jizz, no mud. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go. And my daughter's the best. She's like, let's go, and she's ready to fucking go, right? Me and her going up these trails, my wife's up there, and then of course my son's like, how far are we going? Oh my God, here we go. So now he's a 16-year-old douchebag. The entire time, I think we should go back. We got to go back. I mean, fuck it. We've gone 3 miles. I think we should go back. We've gone 4 miles. I think we should go. I think this trail goes. So by the end of the day, he just shoots forward. And what we did, the best thing we did as parents is take his fucking phone away right when we got to Muir Woods. Oh, I just want to listen to music. Give me your fucking earbuds, AirPods, whatever they're called now, and give me your phone. So his phone is in my pocket the whole time. My phone is in my pocket. My wife had her phone on me. The only thing we're using it for is what? Mileage. That's it. Pedometer. Just going through it. My daughter's not complaining she's getting tired. I'm getting tired. And all is said and done. I'm almost at fucking an hour here already with this pathetic shit. With my very mangled 2x4. It feels like I got hit in the side of the face with a fucking 2x4 or smacked with a large dildo in the middle of the night. I made it. I almost made it in an hour, right? This is what I'm trying to give to you. My 5 listeners, my followers, my brethren. I'm trying my domestic dongers, my big dick dongs, whatever you want to be called, right? This is what I'm providing for you, an hour of service. And then when all is said and done, 9.6 miles. 9.6 miles we did through Muir Woods with myself, wife, daughter, son. And when all is said and done again, we made it. We're the anti-Patagonia cunts who are kind of Patagonia by nature. We're the anti-North Face nitwits who have North Face jackets. And we're the anti-clean Subarus with a shitty Subaru that will break down at some point and we'll have to buy another one for $600 a month and $4,000 down. Because that's how our economy is working. That's how society is working. But as a car owner, right, we will break it. We'll scratch it. We'll let it burn. All right? So that is the podcast for today. My mouth will heal. I'll rinse out with some sort of salient wash tomorrow with some, maybe some salve or some jizz. I don't know. Who knows? What does it matter? All right. Have a good one. Buy a shirt. Fuck off.